already know what time it is. It's your boy DJ Richie Skye back with some tea, interviews, recaps, and more. And be sure to check the links in the description of this video for trips, for books, one-on-one sessions, and more. Now let's get into the tea. So I just want to say I feel like we actually probably all saw this coming with Porsha. What am I talking about? Might you be asking? Well, Porsha's dating life. You know, Porsha is now back on the market, of course, now that the divorce from Simon has been finalized. But it's who she's dating that has people talking today. And to that, I say, not only am I not surprised, but this also feels like it's in perfect alignment for the new season, right? Hopefully, we'll get to see this all transpire, and we got a little bit of tea on what's happening in Potomac as we do have the season premiere for season 10 tonight. I'm so excited. Okay, so what are we talking about with Porsha? Let's go ahead and dive in. But first, we got to play this little clip so that you can get an understanding of exactly what it is that I'm talking about.
The people who I'm talking to now, it's just two. I've narrowed it down to two. Okay. And he is nice and she is nice.
It was that little reveal right there. And when you really watch this back, you'll notice that she has a dramatic pause for effect, which lets us know that this was definitely something that she wanted us to take note of. And I just feel like, okay, let's call a thing a thing. For me, I feel like, yeah, we listen. We've known last season, if you guys recall at the reunion, she alleged, okay, with Shamia. Porsha's words were, I kiss Candy in the club, you kiss Candy in the club, okay? We knew all about that back in season 9. Fast forward to the season of Bolo, down at the Bolo house in South Carolina, where there was allegedly, some things that happened with some of the ladies, i.e., allegedly, Porsha was in the mix with some of the ladies as well. Allegedly. According to, Kenya, it felt like there was a lot going on with that. But I don't know, right? Because we wasn't in the mix. We wasn't in range of anybody else's cooters in that situation like those ladies were, so we don't know. But yeah, so this is not surprising to me, especially just sort of given like what we need to see from Porsha this season. If we're looking at Porsha, we're looking at the show, we're looking at expectations, we expect to see something, right, from the ladies, especially the ones that are single. There's an expectation, I believe. I don't know whether it's from the network, from the production company, or from maybe the fans. They want to see these single ladies dating. So what better way to make a splash than by dating both? Okay. And I'm not mad at it. Have your cake and eat it too. Otherwise, why even have cake? Do both. Somebody said, do both. Why not? Sounds like she already is.
Do both. I really just wanted to make sure that these were normal people. And what I talked about my therapist the other day was, I'm having a hard time opening up because they're not narcissists. And guess what narcissists do? They love on you. They do everything. They look perfect. They mirror you.
Do you guys think that maybe she was talking about Simon, or maybe alluding to Simon being the narcissist? Just a question. With Porsha, I would say that it's difficult to understand or really get clarity on her dating perspective. I mean, she is a Cancer, so I do understand. I think there's a situation with Cancers, if you're into that sort of thing, that we, because I'm a Cancer, fall easily, right? You know, it's really easy for that to happen, right? But I think with Porsche, I mean, it definitely happens super fast. So are these people love bombing, or are you falling fast, or is it a combination of both?
And these people are not, they're challenging me. They're asking me questions. They're not letting me walk over them. They aren't just doing whatever they need to do to get into the relationship. And so I'm not feeling safe enough to open up yet. And so what I have to do is realize if you want something different, you have to also be different.
I mean, that's a word. That is a word. That is a word.
I have to soften up a bit. I have to not expect a whole lot of elaborate things and overbombing. I have to expect someone to call me out from time to time. So,
all right. So I want to shout out to Reality Entertainment TV and CLTR Unfiltered for capturing this video. Okay. All right. So with that being said, what are your thoughts? I mean, is this kind of where you expected Porsha to be going? I mean, you kind of think about a person that's been on the show for this long and look at the evolution of the things that Porsha has been through, especially with the men in her life. And I just feel like in my mind, given what we already knew about her past, I kind of feel like it's safe to say that this to me was expected. That's how I feel. How do you guys feel? Let us know in the chat down below. Okay, so next, since we are talking about Potomac, I was scouring the streets for Potomac news. And of course, I had to get a little bit of tea, okay, from my friends over at the Jasmine brand. All right, so this to me is also expected. Well, let me give you the tea first, and then I'll give you my opinion, right? So Wendy Williams, Wendy Williams, Lord have mercy. I'm thinking about the great Wendy Williams. And listen, Dr. Wendy is also great as well. I have an infatuation with Dr. Wendy, and I cannot tell. Well, I do know why. I do know why, because I feel like I love anybody that's in the space of like journalism and correspondence work, because that's what I studied in grad school, in undergrad and grad school. So my heart is always there. And I worked in news and radio and stuff like that. So I just have a thing for her like that. Anyway, but the Jasmine brand posts this. Wendy Acefo says the friendship with Gizelle Bryant has blossomed amid major cast changes. Wendy says she tells Deadline for any show to be on the air and to be successful for 10 seasons is a historic feat. I joined in season 5, and just to think of how far we've come, I'm excited to be part of this moment. Now, this season opens, as they say, without Karen, but Karen is kind of present, but not present, following her DUI conviction. But Wendy says that the cast was ready. She says we all stepped up to the plate and did what we had to do. Then she teases a deep dive into her career shifts and her husband Eddie's Happy Eddie cannabis brand, plus a personal reconnection that forces her to let her guard down. All right. Now, she then goes on to say that the bond that stands out to her is her friendship with Gizelle. She says, we're able to talk through rough patches and still have fun. That's what real friendship looks like. Somebody posted in the chat, a Bravo check has a way of making friendships blossom. I mean, that it does, my friend. But I would also say that this is also expected. I mean, I think coming off of season 8 and how just bad that season felt, I think that there was a conscious effort to shift the narrative even last season. And especially moving into this new season, I think what we're going to see and what we can probably expect from this season is a lot more fun, a lot more comedy, a lot more just shenanigans, and maybe a little less on the heavy drama per se, based on what we've seen from the trailer. And so I think also with what we saw last season, we saw a softer Gizelle. I've often stated that I felt like having a Gizelle without a Robin. No shade to Robin, but it's just about her not having a person that is just kind of like a shadow who is constantly there to back her up. I mean, I don't know if Ashley's kind of filling that role, but Ashley is at least able to function as her own messy individual, within the confines of this show. But I think that, especially even with Monique coming back, Gizelle, I think, has to be in a space in order to be the lead of this show. She has to escape the trappings of most lead characters, right? Because Karen is missing on this show, and Gizelle is the face, technically, and has always typically been the face of this franchise. Although Karen, I think, is somehow sometimes referred to as sort of the people's champ. It is, I feel like, Gizelle who is the network champ. And I get it, right? I get it in terms of anchoring and been there for this period of time. And I think that in order for her to avoid the trappings of, say, and I hate to say it, like a Nene Leakes, or even, let's say, a Vicky Gumbelson, or even, and Vicky lasted a very long time on that franchise, but even a Teresa Giudice, Gizelle has to maintain her stance as the leader to rally these girls without having any beef that lasts and lingers and that goes so deep that it is that they just can't come back from it. And that's what you saw happen with Jersey and Teresa Giudice and Melissa and that whole group. But again, she has to also avoid the sort of feeling of like being better than the rest of the cast. Like sometimes I would say that it felt like that's how Nene came across in some seasons. Um, and I'm just being honest. I love Nene. I love Nene. And I think she has to work within a certain confines, confines to sort of create that balance of, I'm the OG, I'm the HBIC, but I'm still relatable. I can still gather the girls together when I need to. I might have beef with them at times, but I can still rally them all together. And I think that um, I think she's managed to learn how to maneuver through that. And I think Dr. Wendy is smart enough also to know that there's a game that needs to be played, and the game is, we need to get along enough that we can make this show function and feel fun, but insert enough drama that people keep tuning in for more. That's my thought, and that's my feeling. And I mean, aren't they sorority? Are they sorority sisters? So at some point, you got to think that they would at least be able to function in the same within the I mean, even, and I think we've just seen this. We've seen it coming to this, right? And so, I, I I like it. I'm not mad at it, and I'm interested to see how the ladies maneuver throughout this season and who gives what to whom and how it works out. And I want to have a fun season. I want to laugh. I want to enjoy it. I want to be able to crack up with y'all. We will definitely be recapping this early tomorrow morning. I will probably say around 9 a.m. So be on the lookout for that. And I'll probably try to do it live. All right. So with that being said, make sure you guys keep it locked to the channel. Make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't already done so. Also, be sure to tap in to our worldwide opportunity. If you are somebody who is interested in traveling, we have got the Maldives for as a complimentary trip, the Amalfi Coast. I can show you how to book that complimentary. What does complimentary mean? That means that it's taken care of. It's offered as a part of the membership. Like, this is an amazing opportunity, and you can get this for less than the cost of a hotel room in New York City for the weekend or for the night. Trust and believe. It's that good. So if you're interested in that, type in worldwide and you'll get a text message, and probably, if not today, then in the next couple of days, and I'll tell you the next time we are going live to launch and let you guys know what we're offering when the time comes. Because in the previous weeks, I've given away cruises for 2 in addition to those complimentary trips as well. It's lit. It's lit. So if you like to travel, you got a big mouth, you like to run your mouth to people, this is definitely the opportunity for you. So with that being said, I will catch you in the next